Hello, hello, hello. My name is Carrie Thompson-Morrow, and welcome to the newest episode of Frictionless Branding. Today we have an amazing guest. We have Alexi Ruffell. She is super amazing. She's marketing funnels, and also Magic for Life, which I have my Match for Life little symbol. I am super, super excited to have her here. We're going to talk about all things marketing, all things branding, just all the things. I am super excited to have her, and it is literally going to be so fun. Michael, thank you so much for referring her to me. It's all the things. All right, guys, let's get into it.
What's up?
Hey. How are you? Oh my gosh, thank you. First of all, thank you so much for being here. Like, of course, like you could have did anything on a Thursday, especially right after a holiday, right before a holiday, and you decided to spend time with me, and it literally means the world.
It's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited.
So tell us at the Frictionless Branding community and Celasta Digital, Celasta Fine Brands, about you and all your amazingness and all the gems and just all the things.
All the things.
Okay.
All right. We can do that. First of all, my name is Alexi. I'm so excited to be here. Once upon a time, Carrie and I were on a game show together. So we connected a little bit through there and through Michael Johnson, who is the owner of Magic for Life. And I run operations for Magic for Life. So there's just so much. I run operations for Magic for Life. I also run a company called Marketing Choreography. And so we've kind of partnered together because entrepreneurs need marketing and entrepreneurs need mindset. Magic for Life is a personal development company.
Yeah.
So we have built both companies up, and we help people with the marketing and the mindset. That's the short version. We can dig in. I'll let you dig in how you would like. Ask whatever questions you want.
So the first question I want to ask, especially for like the marketing choreography, like how did you come up with that name? Because I think that name is really interesting. Yeah. And of course, as me with branding, like I always love like how people like start, like especially when they come up with names and stuff. So what is the background between marketing choreography?
Yeah, for sure. So I was a dancer. I was a professional ballroom dancer. So that's actually how Michael and I connected. He was my coach. So he was actually my coach. And through the years, we have started building these companies. So that's kind of how that connection was made. But I danced professionally on the circuit for a little bit. I've grown up dancing for like 20 years, like since I was 2. Don't dance anymore. I teach a little bit. And so part of dance is, coming up with choreography and putting together pieces of choreography. And so as I got into the marketing world and fell in love with it, fell in love with funnels, fell in love with ClickFunnels, fell in love with all things funnels, marketing, I was like, you know what, marketing choreography, like let's bring the dance side of things into what my company is going to be called, because when you are building, any type of marketing plan, it's a piece of choreography. It really is. Like, it is a dance. You're trying to
go to steps.
Yeah, you got to put all the steps together. You got to put the choreography, and you've got to build out this thing that's going to be amazing for people. And so that's what I help people do, is build out their marketing choreography and build out their game plans. So yeah.
I love that. Like, I really love that, because I think, like, I'm always really big on like having a meaning behind it, and the fact that that dance piece and stuff. So like, what was it like? How did you, because I know you met Michael, but what was it like, the shift for you to actually made you like actually want to get into like the online space?
Yeah. So, I was dancing, I was going to college, and just looking for more income. You're looking for more ways to make money. And so then Russell made his way into our world as he does with most of us. I think it was through the perfect webinar script,
Oh yeah.
that ad, and we were like, oh man, okay. And Michael had built Magic for Life in the past, and he wanted to build that up again. And so then we found Russell, and this was probably like 5-6 years ago.
Oh
Uh,
my wow.
and then we just fell in love with it. It was like, oh man, we love marketing, and I fell in love with it. And so we were using it for Magic for Life, for our studio. And then along the way, I was like, I need help with people with this. Like, I've learned a lot of things along the way. And so then about a year ago, I started marketing choreography in the mix of it. So
That's
that's kind of how that all happened.
tied it together.
Yeah,
No,
trying to tie it together. Yeah.
no, I love that. So okay. So here at Frictionless Branding, we always try to talk about like the branding aspects of things. So like
Right.
when you first started like your business,
Yeah.
marketing choreography, like where did you start? Like tell me like your process of like building your brand and getting yourself out there.
Right. So I started by just helping people. So there was that. Like, I saw a need in the ClickFunnels community, people going, hey, I need help with the tech of my funnel, and I need help with my one funnel away thing, and I need help with this. And so it was just like, hey, I'm just like, let me just help. And so I started getting on calls with people, and I could help them. And they were like, can I pay you? And I was like, okay, sounds good. And so then I was like, I need to turn this into something. Like, this is clearly a need that people have. People need help with their funnels, and they need help with their marketing, and they need help seeing the bigger picture of how to pull this all together.
Mm-hmm.
Not just the funnel itself, but hey, how do we actually pull all the pieces together? And so that's how it was formed. And so at that point, it's like, okay, well, I got to get myself out there. I need a name. And so marketing choreography came into place. I got a logo made because it's fun to get logos made. And so just started going that route. And then I also built, I have a group called Funnel After Party. And so I
I love
built
that.
that, and yeah, that's a fun piece that came into play. So marketing choreography is a lot of the high end stuff, but Funnel After Party is like where people find me, because it's like, okay, we've built funnels, now it's the after party, right?
Yeah.
Let's play, and let's choreograph your marketing, and so that's how it kind of all came together. But it simply started with just me, me helping people. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like, personal branding is important. You putting yourself out there, and so that's what I did. And the logo was fun. That piece was fun to build, and building the name. But I think really it's like right now building my name. And getting myself out there. And you'll see that in a lot of brands. Like, I think, some people will build their logo, and some people it's them. And a lot of people connect with that. You
Yeah.
look at ClickFunnels, and people love Russell. People love Russell. And so people connect with people. And so that's the goal, is to just
Yeah,
be
and
me.
it's so funny because like so you kind of built the way you built your brand is actually what I love
Yeah.
to work with our clients with is you realize you found the need for your clients, and then from there you created a service that was based off their needs and their desires, not based off of what you felt like they needed. And I think a lot of times in the entrepreneur world, we think we're smarter than everybody else. We're like,
Right.
we know what you need. But in
Right.
all actuality, a lot of times our clients know exactly what they need. They just need somebody to serve it. So when you
Right.
actually start building your brand based off of their needs and their desires, then you actually are able to create that frictionless sales. Because probably when you first start going, it was very easy to get sales because they were like, yes, like this is
Yeah.
exactly where my struggle is. That's exactly where my pain point is. And I know
Exactly.
you said that that the marketing choreography is more of your higher end. So
Yeah.
how like with the higher end, and of course with us, we do a lot of with premium clients and do create premium
Yeah.
brands.
Yeah.
With the higher end, like was it anything that you had to do differently to be able to start charging those rates? Like was it the way that you showed up in your business? Like what was it that made the idea of like where you have the funnel designers that charge $1,000 and for you who charge a lot more?
Um, I think that it was getting the type of client that I wanted to service. I think it truly is about that. There's people at the low end that it's important that you have things for them, and they may not be ready for exactly what you want to do in your business. And so, for me, and the reason that I started doing that is because I was looking for a different type of client. I was looking for somebody that was more committed. I was looking for somebody that was ready for this. And so it was like, okay, it's time to charge more. It's time to do more of a premium, because you get a different type of client out of that. That's just all there is to it.
Yeah.
Because they're more willing to invest into it. And so, yeah, so you're able to do different things with them, and they have a lot of success. Now, that's not saying like there shouldn't be other products along the way. You should have a value ladder.
Yeah.
You should have low ticket items, because that person could be the right type of client in a year or so.
But they're not just that ready. And the thing is, like,
Yeah.
the reason why I love having premium offers,
Yeah.
like, because we still have like some lower tier items, but the reason why I like having premium offers is because it's like, one, it's normally more money for you, so you're able to serve those people who might not have enough money at a higher level, instead
Yeah.
of having to have so many people at the lower level, and you're like pretty
Yeah.
much trading time for money, and you're not really able to serve them at the highest level as you want it to.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
having those premium clients, you're actually able to show up better, to serve more, and to serve more boldly and confidently.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's so much that comes with it. And a lot of great things come from those premium packages, and it's fun. It's a fun type of client to serve. So
Yeah, so like, okay, so you deal with people who with funnels that are trying to have more of that premium look. When you're doing their funnels, like,
yeah,
their branding to them is very important, probably,
yeah,
right? So
yeah,
like,
branding is good. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so tell us about why branding's so important to.
Yeah, yeah, you got it. A lot of times I don't actually do the build of the funnel, because I like to stay out of that space. I only do the build if it's like I'm partners with them, because I don't like to be in that space. I love to do the consulting. I love to do the coaching side of
Hmm.
it. And so I don't necessarily do the build, but it's still important along the way that we understand, hey, like, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to attract? Who are you trying to attract in this? And it's important that your funnel, it portrays that, right? It's
Yeah,
important that it portrays exactly what you're trying to come across as in your videos. As far as the graphics behind it, I don't know a thing about that. Like, I'm not going to build the graphics behind it.
yeah, but I think like I think a lot of times it's funny, like, a lot of people always think branding is just the visuals.
Yeah.
The branding isn't the visual, like, that's just the visual representation of the brand. The
Right.
branding is all the stuff that you talked about that you talk about, that the strategy, like, who are
Yeah.
you serving, why are you serving them, like, how
Yeah.
are you going to communicate with them more effectively, is
Right.
that message going to be able to be portrayed when it does get to the visual aspect. Like,
Yeah.
that's what branding is. And I think a lot of times, like, people, we get so combobulated with like the visuals, like the visuals make sense, that the visuals do
Yeah.
this, or, hey, I want this graphic, I want this graphic, and I'm like, that's not really branding. Like, that's just doing a graphic.
Yeah.
Branding is having a true understanding on the strategy,
Yeah.
and then going over. And what I tell people, what a brand is a gut feeling that someone has about your service and your offer.
Right.
And if that is what a brand is, if you think of what somebody feels, their gut feeling,
Yeah.
that's not what they see. That's a feeling. So that's going to be how, like, what do they see? How do you communicate with them? Like,
Right.
what is the emotions that come off of, like, your tonalities and the things that you say?
Yeah.
That's where your brain gets developed. And actually, that part before the visuals, that's the strongest part. And I think a lot of people sometimes miss that.
Yeah, for sure. You have to know who you're serving. You have to understand the big picture of what's happening. If you don't understand the big picture of what you're doing, there's no way that you're going to have success. And so you have to understand all of those pieces, what you're trying to do, who you're trying to serve, and then the actual, what you see in the graphics, they'll come into place, and you'll
Yeah.
find the right person to do that, and people will be able to identify you with those colors, or with the images, or with the logo. They'll be able to identify you with that. But really, like, you can't get to that point without doing some clarifying. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think that's really important. I'm happy that you said that, because I think that clarifying is really important. I guess, like,
Yeah.
what would you say in the process of, like, when you're doing, like, your strategy, like, where do you feel like people's biggest pain points are in those areas?
Um, I think I think sometimes people a lot with the people that I'm dealing with a lot of times, they have just been introduced to funnels. They're so excited about this new funnel idea. They're stoked about it, right? It's like this cool thing. Like, let's use a funnel
We're gonna do
and
all the things.
yeah, we're gonna do all the things and sometimes the problem that comes into play is that people get so stuck in the funnel itself. And
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, the funnel is a great sales process. It's a great way to collect the lead. It's a great way to collect the payment. It's a cool way to add a one-time offer and to add a bump and to add all of these cool things to your sales process. However, there are so many things that go around what you're doing. Like you have to create noise around this funnel. You have to have your value ladder built out, or it doesn't make any sense. Like you've got this funnel, but what else are you pushing them to later? Sometimes people think like the lead magnet is going to make them money. I'm like, your lead magnet is literally your lead magnet. You're not going to make money on
Lead
this.
magnet.
Yeah, like lead magnet. You're not going to make money on this, so you have to have other products that are going to allow you to make money on the back end, and you have to have that built out. And you've got to create a list to actually push the funnel to. If you have no one to push the funnel to, what are you doing? Like that doesn't make any sense whatsoever if there's no people there. And
Oh
so,
my gosh.
yeah,
Oh, you're speaking my, because, like, because for us, like we do our in our brand development, like, a lot of times we work with our clients with, like, their core offers and kind of figuring out, like, what they
yeah,
need. And a
yeah,
lot of times they're like, "Hey, Carrie, we need a sales page, we need this, we need that." And I'm like, but we don't have anybody yet to, like, let's I was like, let's scrap the sales page. Let's do an
yeah,
application page. Let's get some calls. Let's
right.
get some calls. Let's get some sales in. Let's start figuring out exactly, like, what they need before you start writing that a whole copy and not really understanding exactly their needs and their wants.
Exactly. Yeah, there's so much value in getting on calls with people. I can't emphasize that enough. Just start talking to people because you will understand exactly how to craft your message because will have talked to so many people. And along
Mm-hmm.
the way, try to make some sales. Like
Yeah.
that's fun. Like try to make some sales along the way, but you will start to understand those problems so much better. So you can make it more of an automated system. So you can put people through a funnel, and so you can have that copy. It's great to just talk to people, find out what their problems are, and make a
Mm-hmm.
product for them based on the skill sets that you have. That's what you should be doing. That's the way to go. So
Yeah. No. Like, our whole business is, like, because we have a template shop, so of course that stuff they can go to the template shop, but everything else that we have is on a sales call. Like, you have to jump on a call with me, and the
yep,
reason why I do it is because, especially with branding, people, they have an idea of what they think they need,
yep,
and if I just say, hey, like, our stuff is online, just buy it,
yep,
our clients will be buying stuff that they don't need or they're not ready for,
yep.
and
For
then they'll be like, Gary, I'm not getting the results that I want, what's wrong?
sure.
And I'm like, well, you shouldn't have did that one, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, at some point, like you do have to scale. And
Yeah.
so people could be coming back and going, well, you can't get on calls with everyone. Yeah, that's true. That's when you start to build your team. That's when
Yeah.
you add people to the mix. And that's when you start building lower end offers. That's when you start
Mm-hmm.
building all of that because then you're getting people in a little bit more automatically and
Yeah.
you know exactly what to put on that front end. And then on the back end, you sell your high ticket offers. So
Yeah, because I think for us, like, one thing that we're doing is we created an application page, so it creates some type of differentiation, and
yeah,
then, like, in that piece, like, I'm actually getting us some salespeople to
yeah,
kind of take some of the calls that really, like, that are not really strategy, more like task based
yeah,
projects that they can handle and they can close, and then mainly, like, the strategic calls that I need to be on, that's actually gonna that are more higher ticket programs, that's the cost that I'll be taking.
Yeah, exactly. You can start to structure it like that so you can
Mm-hmm.
scale, and because your time is super valuable,
Yeah.
and that's why typically you're spending your time with more of the high ticket clients, and you build courses on for your low ticket and your mid ticket, so it's not actually your time.
Yeah.
And you have those things that they still get to know you, they still understand who you are because they go through a course, but you build that, and then it's built. Somebody can go through it, and then when it's more
Mm-hmm.
individualized time and more strategy with you, then that's for later on. So
No, I love that.
yeah,
So, what would you say when it comes to building a premium offer? Because
yeah,
a lot of people that watch this are either like creating a premium brand, they have a premium offer, and they're realizing that they need a premium brand, things
yeah.
like that. What would you say are the components that somebody needs to create a premium brand? And then, what are some of the components that you feel like is necessary to have a premium offer?
Um, Man, big question. Big, big question.
Big question.
Yeah. So components for building a premium brand, right?
Yes,
Okay.
that's part one.
Part one. Okay, we'll start with part one, then we'll go to part two. Um, I think I'm gonna go back to one. You have to believe that you can be that. You have to believe that you can have a premium brand. This comes from my personal development side, the Magic for Life side of things. Like, you have to believe that you are in that place where you can. And I think that's really important. And if you don't believe that you are, then you've got to figure out how you can do that. You got to build more testimonials. You've got to help more people. You've got to whatever you got to do to get to that place.
Yeah.
But I think number one is you have to make sure that you believe that you can serve them, and then you have to do it. Then you have to then you actually have to do that and provide that service. So I think that would be my biggest thing around that. I mean, we could go step by step all of these different things, but I think that's the thing that you have to focus on, is making sure that you are in the right place to be serving those people, and you probably should have done it. You probably should have done it at least once, so it makes sense. And
Oh
so
my! So the thing is, like, I love that. I love the fact that you said that, because a lot of times when it comes to premium branding, it's the thing about price. Like,
yeah,
can I charge this price? Like, is this price something that because a lot of times, like, when it comes to pricing, it's not really what you're selling your client first.
yeah,
It's what you're selling yourself. Like, you have to make the first yes.
yeah,
And I remember when we sold our first like 25K offer.
yeah.
Like, I was like,
Yeah.
I remember because it was so funny. It was scary to me because I was just like, oh my gosh, like, is it possible that I can sell a 25K offer? Like, I know that I can do the work for it, but
Yeah.
because I had that mindset of like, is this something that somebody that, like, I didn't feel like it was. I was like, am I valuable enough for it? And it
Right.
was because I was touching my own personal values on it. So
Yep.
what I had to do is I had to remove my values, my own personal values from it, and say, hey, is the service that I offer people, when I help them win, like one of our clients, like he actually just crossed, like, I think like $150,000 selling a $97 product. Um, so a $97 product with no ads,
Yeah.
and this is all by building his brand. And I'm
Right.
like, if I can do that for somebody else, and like he didn't follow, he followed like 10% of the things I told him to do. I mean, he did like a piece of the work. So I'm
Right.
like, if somebody actually like follows the whole thing, like, the trajectory of where they can go is like crazy. So I was
Exactly.
like, if I can do that, I was like, so I know I can do it.
Yep.
So like my 25K at that time, I was like, my 25K is worth it.
Yep.
And when I realized that, I was like, okay, I can charge it, and I felt comfortable, and that I said the yes first. And
Exactly.
then it's like, so I think a lot of times, and I know even some of our clients that are in like the premium programs,
Yep.
they spend a big day, they spend a lot of time on mindset, because a mindset around how people, of course you guys know, because the personal development is how people perceive money,
Yep.
and like the relationship that people have with money, and they're like the tangible things they connect to it as, like, and emotions that connect to money, and money is just an inanimate object, but people attach so much beliefs and ideals on it, and it confuses the way people think about pricing.
Yeah, so true. Yeah, so that's that's the biggest thing. I like how you said it, like say yes to yourself, like say yes to yourself, and then you start trying it, like
Yeah.
try the offer and see if people take it, then you know that you can do it, right? Like you just got to sell it once, and then you keep going after that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love that. Okay.
that was part one. Or we enter,
We're on part 2 now.
okay, part two. What was part two?
Okay, part 2. What would you say is the key component to building a premium offer?
Building a premium offer. It's got to be what people want. Like you got to build an offer around what people want, and you've got to make sure that it's going to do what you say it's going to do. I think that premium offer, the biggest component is probably you. Like it's probably you being in that piece, right? They're getting the help from you directly. It's not from some course where you're kind of on a screen and you're teaching them what to do. It's not the $7 offer. It's not the $47 offer. It's not the $100 offer. It's something that you are there and you are walking them through the specific strategy that they need to get from A to Z. Now you're using your frameworks that you would maybe teach in a lower end course. You're using that same framework. However, they get the specific things that you see for them and they can apply it to their specific situation. And I think also the accountability with that, like they really, like they get you in that. Now this is talking very much from a coaching and a consulting perspective, because that's the space that I'm in, and so there could be different thoughts on that. But I think
for Easter, you're supposed to, Grandma's supposed to order us all chocolate bunnies. You didn't do that. She said you have to bring us all chocolate, get us all chocolate bunnies.
Oh, okay. I'm on a live call. Oh, chocolate bunnies! All of us.
It's so funny, so funny. I love it. Yeah, that's what I say. That's they get the specific strategy for them. That's
And the
how.
thing is, like, I think that's I definitely agree with you on that. And then one thing, it's funny because like there was an idea that I had in my head, and of course my niece comes down, was like, Auntie, what was it? Are we talking about the strategy? We're talking
Yes.
about strategy and accountability. I'm trying to put my mind back in.
Yeah, you got it.
Gosh, what was it? It was so good too. Thanks, Natanya. God. Okay, I gotta think. Okay, let me say. Some of the strategies, the accountability. Oh, this is what it was. What I think that's really important too when it comes to premium offers is with a premium offer, and it's kind of what you said, is you have to have a process. You have to have a signature process that you walk through step by step by step. And I think a lot of times people, like in some groups I've noticed, people don't have their process until they get to their premium offer. Or they haven't solidified it enough until they get to that premium offer. So it's like I think that's why a lot of times when it comes to like the value ladder, then they're always confused on like where should I do, like what should my value ladder be. But I'm like, your value ladder should just be your framework, just breaking up into different ways of how you teach it. Like just follow Russell. Russell has the book. The same thing that's in the book as he teaches in the inner circle.
Exactly.
Same thing.
It's the same thing. You're just getting him.
You're getting him.
And his specific knowledge for you.
Yeah.
Like that's the difference in that situation, and you're getting the networking from it. But the book is the same information. He's still going to teach that stuff. He's still going to teach you to build out a value ladder. He's still going to teach you to pick one piece of your value ladder and go after that. He is still going to teach all of those things. But it's just going to be unique to your situation, and it changes everything. So
yeah.
Uh-oh, I lost you.
Hear me?
Yep, we're good.
Okay. So like I think too, if people keep that premise, they're like, hey, what is my signature plan? What is my signature process? Let me just implement this in different ways. And when I say different connection points,
Yeah.
then that's how your price is raised. Like I'll start off where I'll do my framework in a PDF document. Then I'll do my framework in a video. Then I'll do my framework in a course. Then I'll do my framework in a group experience. Then I'll do my framework in a one-on-one experience where we meet once a week. And then maybe my higher thing is where I bring all my one-on-one people to one place, and then we actually have a mastermind talking about all that stuff, and I give everybody the same knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, lots of different ways to structure it, but like use what you have and put it in different packages.
Yeah.
So,
and that's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so tell us where we can find you. Tell us all the new things that you have going on. I know you guys have a challenge coming up right around the corner.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So
tell us all the things.
Okay, couple things. One, you can find me specifically in the Funnel After Party group. Just type in Funnel After Party, you'll find it. Lots of fun things going on in there. Lots of lives, lots of people who are just trying to make this online marketing space work and know they need funnels in the mix. And most of them are ClickFunnels fans. So if you're not a ClickFunnels fan, you're probably not going to love it very much, because that's what I like. And so there's lots of good things happening in there. We also, go over tech things, because sometimes you're stuck on the tech specifically, and we need to get over that as fast as possible so we can work on the strategy. So that's where you can find me. You can also find Magic for Life. Magic for Life is the company that I run operations for. Right now we are getting ready to do a challenge. It's called the Feel Good Challenge. It's a 21-day paid challenge that we're doing, and it's all about feeling good. Feeling good from the inside out. There's a lot of things. You can go watch Netflix and that can make you feel good. You can go and do things that make you feel good, but really, you got to learn how to live in the minute and live every minute. And so it's going to be incredible. I am not the host of it. Michael is, and he is just absolutely amazing.
He's amazing.
He's so amazing. He can just fix anybody's problems, and he has helped so many people find success in their world, whether it's in business or it's in the performing arts or it's in sports. He is just a master at doing that and helping people find that success. And it all starts from feeling good. If you feel good about the things that you're doing, then you can conquer the world. And so this challenge is going to be absolutely amazing. We're so excited about it. You can go to takethefeelgoodchallenge.com. takethefeelgoodchallenge.com, get signed up. We would love to see you there. I'll be in the background running a lot of the things that you may see me a few times, but mostly you'll be seeing Michael. But
I love it.
Yeah, so that's probably the biggest thing. I mean, obviously we've got the marketing side of things too, and if you're needing help with funnels and that side of things, then find the Funnel After Party. But if you're needing help with this, then
and that's where it starts, especially when it comes to premium brands and premium offers.
That's where it starts. Yeah, so take the Feel Good Challenge. We would love to see you there.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Guys, take the Feel Good Challenge. If you're trying to build your premium brand, of course, I can help you with the other pieces, but the mindset piece, Michael is amazing. He definitely talked me off the ledge just last week. So no, he's amazing.
Yes, he's so good. He does that a lot. He is just a master at it. You got to come and learn from him. So
yeah. Well, I appreciate you so much. It means the world to me that you came hanging out with me today.
So fun.
All right, guys. Well, I will see you guys. What day is it? Today's Thursday. I will see you probably Friday, which is tomorrow. I made the commitment. Michael told me I had to make commitments, so I'm making commitments. I will be here Friday, and we will be talking all about branding and how to create a frictionless brand and how to create a premium brand and how to show up as the expert in your field. All right, guys. I am about to cue the outro, and I will see you guys later.